Good morning. Good morning. Today would be April 6th. Blessings. Blessings to you. Greetings to you. um, I got a few messages from the last video that my music was too loud. Hopefully it's not too loud this time. I can hardly hear it. It's just, I guess, loud enough to where I can hear it. Um, the message for today is it's a beautiful it's a beautiful message. I hope that I give beautiful messages every time. I hope that they're very beneficial. I really do. I really desire to help, assist, and like those are just the back burner. I really desire to open myself up and blossom. And it's about me, but it's about God, and it's about all of us. Everyone wins. Like everyone wins. Love wins. Like love wins. When you're dealing with God, love wins. Like everything, everyone wins. You know. Um. So it's like it's really about the individual opening themselves up so much to blossom and to allow the love of God and the energy and the light and the beauty and the joy and the higher vibrations to just really enter into me, to become receptive, like of the God source, to become receptive and just push all of it back out, and it just continues to swim, like it just continues to come back. You know what I'm saying? Because what you put out is coming back to you. So it's beauty. It's amazing. It's love. Um. So I guess the message of today is we are all working together. Okay. I really cannot stand this breath. The message is that we are all working together. Um, you know, and it just really it came to me that this twin flame journey, this evolutionary journey that we're on, we are helping each other. You know, this is more than just the twin flame relationship. It it's bigger than that. It's bigger than the connection between yourself and your twin. It's about creating a web, creating connections, creating the domino effect of positivity and light and love. The twin flame journey is magnificent. It's a wonderful journey. It's a wonderful experience. You know, um, I mean, of sharing and giving and giving and receiving of just unconditional love, of acceptance, of allowance, of respect, and of joy, of God, of connection, of something deeper than what we've experienced here on earth. It's a spiritual, it's a 5D connection. It's a spiritual connection, and it really allows us to become aware of spirit. It allows us to it allows spirit to bring the awareness of man back to spirit. You know, it's it's if you haven't been aware of God lately or your entire life, and then you meet your twin, it's like you can't, like, it's impossible for you to remain the same. It's impossible for you to not form a connection with God. You can run, you can hide under a rock, you can, be afraid of the transformations and everything that you have to go through, but it's going to happen. Because this is ultimately to bring you your awareness back to God. And by your twin doing the work, by you doing the work, of course, we're going to reap the benefits. Of course, they're going to do the work. We're connected energetically and spiritually on a soul level. And so, I'm going to receive, partial of what you're doing. You're going to receive partial of what I'm doing. So we're constantly sharing with each other. And, whether in this is my message, this is another message for today, is whether the relationship, the union occurs or not, whether you get a chance to really do it again or not, love abounds. Love, it may not be intimate relationships, like it may not be intimate romantic love, but the love of God is surrounding us constantly, and has the ability and will fulfill every need that we have. But this twin flame journey is about forming a web first. I can't really say first because it all happens simultaneously, to where you're connecting to yourself, you're connecting to God, and you're also connecting to your twin. And you're also connecting with others, in many different sources, in many means, through many means. And especially, I feel like those connections amplify, once, if you have the opportunity to be in union, like that, the connection blooms into something so much more powerful than the two of you. I don't like that word. I'm gonna have to find a new place to record, or close that window, but it's gonna be too dark. I love the sun. Like, I like when the sun can shine through a home, and I don't need like artificial lighting. So when I get my next home, is just gonna be like just open. I want the God source to just flow through my house. But yeah, this is about connection. This is about forming connections. As I'm opening myself up for a connection, I'm opening myself up to connect with you. I'm sharing spirit with you. I'm sharing, my light with you. And hopefully, my energy can be felt, through, the means of YouTube. I'm hoping that, you can, like, I can, connect to God as I'm talking, like really deepen the connection that I have with God, and also deepen the connection with myself and knowledge, and also deepen the connection that I have with you guys. That's ultimately the twin flame journey is about connectivity. It's about connecting spirits. It's about family. You know, it really is. It's about, you know, it's about family. It's about, that's the best that I can really say it. You know, it's about family. It's about tribe. It's about love. You know, it's about connecting people through love and light. And it's about, you know, it's about connection. Like, that's it. It's about transferring and sharing ourselves. It's so much more powerful than we really can imagine, and it's gonna get even more powerful. It's getting even more powerful. You know, I guess what the other message, the real message is that even if, you know, we are so positive about, you know, connection with our twin, and I think that, you know, everyone says like it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. You know, I don't really think that's like the best way to think about it. I think like we really shouldn't put that much emphasis on it. You know, I really think like, you know, because what happens is we put so much emphasis on the relationship, on union, on being together with our twin. Even though like we long for that, we feel that, we want to be near them, we love them, you know, like unconditionally, like we feel very, you know, very just so free when we're with them, even though the relationship, you know, may not be ready. Like even when we get together and it's not ready, it still feels good. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, I just think that we should just not even hold space for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that's like taking power away from you. You know, we should hold space between the relationship and, okay, we should hold space between like wanting that union, and that's it. You know, and when I say hold space between it, I mean like be okay with, man, I love this woman. You know, man, I want to, I just, I wish we could be in union. Like, we're going to be in union, you know, like, but give it space. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let it breathe, you know, let it just be like, and like, let it be to the point to where if it happens, it happens. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. You know, don't put all of your quarters in the bucket. Like, don't, you know, say I'm only going to be happy if this happens. You know, like, don't put that much attachment to it. We have to detach from everything. You know, we have to detach from everything, not just our union or our thoughts of our union, but like we have to bring space between everything that we do. And let me tell you how God put that on my heart, like not long ago in my life. Like, the way I feel about things have changed. I'm not really so pulled down by my thoughts. Like, I'm not really so, you know, tangled up in results. I'm not really so tangled up in like, if I don't get my dirt for my garden beds, I'm just gonna be so like I'm just gonna be so upset. You know, hold space between, you know, if I get if I get the dirt, the free fill dirt, then I'm gonna, you know, we can move forward. If I don't get the dirt, I'm gonna find a way to move forward. Like, you know, just hold space between those things, just everything. You know, hold space between that. You know, hold the allowance of allowing God to do whatever needs to be done. You know, instead of, you know, God, if you don't do this, I'm going to be so devastated. You know, and then it's almost as if like, well, I'm going to allow this to happen so you know that you're not going to be devastated and you're going to get over it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, have you ever had that happen to you? To where it's like, you know, you know, in an immature state of mind back, like, you know, in the past. I would just be like, God, if you do this for me, I'm gonna do that, and if you don't, then I'm gonna be, you know, like, so upset, trying to con God, but like trying to just get God to do what I want to do, you know, and it's just like, it's not really. God is just like, I will make this happen just so that you know that you're gonna be okay. You know, just like when you say like, God, I can't go another step, like I'm worn out, like I can't deal with this anymore, and then like more stuff like, you know, comes into your life, and like you're dealing with it. That's the deal. We are adaptive beings. Like, we are equipped and created to adapt and to overcome. You know, and I feel like when we get into these type of vibrations, like when we get into these type of transfers of spirit and love and light, like we are in the union with everything, with God, foremost and foremost, like, you know. And one of the messages of last night, today is the 6th of April. One of the messages of last night is, you know, the new beginning is harmony. You know, the new beginning that we feel, you know, of the energies and everything that's occurring in our lives, you know, in our relationships, or if we're single, in our life with God, with nature, how beautiful it is, how vibrant it's looking, like spring is in full effect, like, you know, it's getting better, you know. And harmony is here for us. Harmony is here for me. Like, you know, and if we're sharing this connection, harmony is probably here for you too. It's coming. Because I believe, as a metaphysician, that I can send energy transfers to whomever I desire. You know, positive, of course, energy transfers to whoever I desire. And I desire to share harmony and love and light and God with you all, from the depths of my soul, you know. But harmony is here. The new beginning that we are seeking is harmony. You know, and it's almost as if, like, you know, at this stage of my life, at this stage of my evolutionary journey, it's all I want. You know, it's all I want. I desire harmony. Like, you know, last night I was just thinking about it. I'm just like, you know, I would marry harmony if I could. Like, we would be together forever. You know, just because I've, like, a lot of my life, you know, regarding my parents and everything, I've been in less than harmonious environments. Like, I've been in some, you know, including this environment. You know, I told you God brought me back here to learn and to grow and to stop running. And you know, it's been a hell of a journey, you know, in the midst of chaos. But I found harmony here. You know, in the midst of the chaos, I found, you know, the way to stop running here. I found the way to my power here. God really brought me through in the midst of this tornado. And I'm completely grateful for everything that God has done and for everything that God is doing. I mean, we are created to overcome. You know, a lot of people are suffering. I mean, it's okay to talk about, because it's happening. It happens every day, all day. People are suffering mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically. People are seriously suffering, and they have nowhere to go. They have no idea where the first place to turn. but they result in alcoholism and drug uses, addictions, and sex, and in violence, to really soothe that pain and that ache, to really just hush that demon. But if people knew that the first place they need to go is, I can't really say church. I can't say church because the churches today aren't really what they like. They're not really taking care of the problem. Side note real quick is that we don't have to teach God. God doesn't need our help to teach God. Seriously. God doesn't need our help to teach God. To teach the message of God. It is already within us. It is at our core. It is our core. It is our seed. Like it is that it's that. It's already known. But there's so much in the way. There's so much that we've learned, and so many walls that we've broken, like so many, like so many things that we've built around us, so that nothing can penetrate. And so like nothing can penetrate and nothing can get out either. So it's like, the pressure is building, and like it's just, it continuously amplifies until you're able to quiet it just a little bit through drinking, through sex, through drugs, through violence, so that like the first thing is really realizing and becoming aware of self, truly becoming aware of our thoughts, because it is the thoughts that's really taking that feeling above and beyond and amplifying it, and it hops from, it attaches to everything. Like if you're not really careful and aware, it will attach to everything in your life and make you feel like your life is just a total waste and that there's nothing going right. When you become aware of your thoughts, you're able to stop that feeling. You're able to stop you're able to stop the thoughts that give you the feeling that everything is wrong in your life. It's only your thoughts. And so once we kind of get a grasp on the thoughts, we can also become aware of what's causing that thought. Like, what is the trauma that is causing us to think about that? Because there's a lot of there's trauma, there's hurt, there's pain, and a lot of African Americans won't admit that. And so, but Africans, Moors, however they want to identify themselves, brown people, you know what I'm saying? Like, however you identify, there's a lot of people suffering. It doesn't matter. Of both races, nationalities. I don't believe in races, but both nationalities. And most people don't want to admit that there's trauma. Most people want to admit most people want to go through life as if their life has been perfect, as if perfect is like perfect or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, as if perfect is perfect. Really and truly, I don't want to be with anyone that hasn't been through anything, because you're not very well developed. Give me somebody that's been through some things. Like, give me somebody that has been through trauma and that's ready to like admit, man, I've been through some messed up stuff. Like, I've been through some stuff. And once you can say, man, I really have been through some things, you can start to get to the fact, down to it. What have you been through? What exactly have you been through? I'm ready to listen, because the answer is in the story. What have you been through? Because now we can get down to it. Now we can work. Now, now we can relieve some pressure for real. You know what I'm saying? Like now we can open up and allow God to shine light through us. And slowly, depending on how much you're really ready to open, once God starts shining that light, through and hitting every corner and every shoulder, every crevice, every tip of the toe, like every, everything. Just when God is just like, it's almost as if like you're dragging. Like, have you ever seen someone, I guess, dig like a ditch? Like how they just keep like going up and just let me get underneath. It's like that's how it feels when God is like shining that light, within you. Like you can feel it. Like when the light's there, you can feel it because all these different feelings and emotions are gonna come up. Like you're gonna start to think like, man, that like they're gonna start to bubble up. It's not the easiest thing, but the gratification, the joy that you're gonna get once it's gone, once this is the area of light, this is clean now. Like this is clean. The rest of your body can feel better, and then the light just starts to spread until you're completely a shining vessel of light, until like you completely embraced your trauma and you have become a new being. Like you have been washed by the light of God and the love of God that is everything. And so we make deeper connections. We make better habits. And then you look back on your life like, man, God has really transformed my life. And now you are now completely a worker of God. Like, because it's once God hits you with it, it's done. Like, it's just like Cupid's arrow. Like once Cupid hits you with that arrow, you're done. So just have to embrace the light. If you got like, I'm here to help, to assist. If you have any questions, if you need any service, I do not do tarot reading. I'm not opposed to it. I just haven't really tried. But I feel like I sometimes I don't need tarot cards. I mean, I'm an energy reader, so it's like once I get to talking with you, or you kind of tell me your story, I kind of like I just know some. I think they call it clairvoyant or clairsentient or something. I don't know. But I really would love to. I enjoy working with everyone, to be honest. And so the message is to know that this twin flame journey is about connectivity. It's about, not just about our union. It's not just about our union. It's not, just about, coming together. It's about opening ourselves up. It's about blossoming. It's about shining. It's about making deeper connections. It's about connecting this web of spirituality, of light, of love, and forming a source of forming a family, forming a kingdom of light and love, forming a shield, uh, you know, uh, forming a blanket of love, to where we can kind of like, hold arms together and just walk the land, as wide and as long as possible, and just kind of allow our vibration to take over. And that's what it's about. It's about connectivity. And so I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Today is again April 6th. I shall see you at a later date. Light and love to you.